Wagwan everybody, Lennox here from Simple123 Trader. Just going to go over a couple of things with you in this video, and what I'm showing you here is our trading lounge. This is our live trading lounge on a daily basis. We have our members come in and give their analysis of what's going on in the market. And on Thursday, that was on Thursday what's today? Today is the 9th, so Thursday was the 7th. We had a couple analysis of USD Mexican, Euro Japanese Yen, British Pound Japanese Yen from Bryant, one of our regulars, and Nick here as well. And this one came in from Gilles, who is in France, and he put here that Lennox, your analysis of British Pound Swiss during the London webinar was spot on, including that there would be a dip on the M15. Good to enter long. Also, British Pound Swiss, M15 as it happened. Then on M5, the 1, 2, 3 bottom showed targets. Price went above the highest. Fantastic prediction he put. Then Rick came on and he also put a picture up of the chart showing was looking for EU to get dumped on news. He said great analysis last night during London Lennox. So during the webinar or night before, which is a live London session on Wednesday night, we went over a number of pairs and we were looking at GBPCHF. So on this particular chart, we went down to the 15-minute time frame and we were looking at what was setting up, what was possibly going to be setting up for this pair. So on this chart, on the 15-minute time frame, I entered a 1, 2, 3 top or bottom, sorry, to show a possible retrace area and for a continuation of the move to the upside. So how can I come down to a 15-minute chart and do this and be certain, or at least be confident that we're going to get a 1, 2, 3 bottom to continue this trend? Well, let's take a look and see. So this is the chart on the 15-minute time frame. This is all we had, and this is all we had to go with in order to make a determination of is this going to continue going down or is this going to bounce. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the actual British Pound Swiss chart, and this is on the monthly time frame. So I'm going to break it down for you from the monthly down just to show you overall what we were seeing and why we decided to go long at that point on the chart. So this is the entire chart on the monthly. You can see that overall it's been quite a slide down for the British pound against the Swiss, and just for a number of years from 2012 through to 2014-15 area, it went sideways mainly, and then huge drop again from 2016 down, and now again we're going sideways. And at this point on the chart, finally it's starting to do a little bit of an up move right here. So that's where we are currently. So let's drop down to the weekly, and let me just move this over. So on the weekly, if I just move back here, what I want to show you, let me just go back to the monthly real quick. At this point on the chart, this is very important right here. This is a 1, 2, 3 top. So this is taking us down into a fourth wave. So this would be the end of that fourth wave, and then we're going into a fifth wave. But at this point, we have to do a 1, 2, just like we did here, in order for us to get a drop. So I'm looking at a 1, 2, and then we'll be looking for a drop. So something like that. Okay, so that's the overall picture on the large time frame, the higher time frame. So let's drop down to the weekly. So on the weekly, there is our 1, 2, 3. There's down to this level. Then we gyrate in this move into a fourth wave, and now it's down into a first wave and up into a second wave. And now, like I say, this should finish, and then we should get this big, huge drop to the downside. That's what I'm kind of looking at overall. But in the interim, we are in an uptrend. Okay, so that's current. So if I drop down to the daily, we get, again, a very strong uptrend. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are in a fifth wave. You can clearly see that. We have a 1, 2, 3, we're in a fourth wave here. We still have a little bit more to go. Okay. So if you see that clearly, then you understand what's going on the chart. So that's the whole thing, is to know the overall structure of the chart. So on the 4 hour, we've had this large 1, 2 up to a 3, and now we're gyrating in this fourth wave. So at this point on the chart now, we could expect, we're very close to our top here, our resistance, which is support now. We should be looking for a bounce to the upside. This is possibility. We have had quite a drop. We could continue down for a little bit further, but at this point, we should be expecting a bounce. Okay, so keep going down to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour time frame, this is what occurred just over the last day here. One nice 1, 2, 3 top, another 1, 2, 3 top, and a huge drop to the downside. So anyone catching that, beautiful, beautiful trade. Okay, so now previous to that, we were looking at this area here. I believe it's this area. We'll see. Go down to this is the 30-minute chart. So we were looking right in here on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so on the 15, let me just move this over. We were right here. So at this point on the chart, this is what again, if I go back here, we were right here on this red bar at the top of the chart. On the 15-minute, there was a big green bar, and then 2 bars after with a red bar. So there's that bar, and then 2 bars after with a red bar. So basically all we could see at that point was this setup, just like that. That's all we could see. So what I did was I put the wave calculator on at that point here, and just like that. So it's given me, or it's telling us, okay, that we should be retracing this entire move back down at least to the 62, maybe 79% area. So what I'm saying and looking at was a move to the upside, and yes, we're gyrating sideways, but we could fall and come down into this area before we get a bounce to the upside. So that's basically what the premise of that is. Similarly, over to the left, we have this large move to the upside and then a retrace. So we can also do the same thing whenever you see a large 1, 2, 3. You can always put the 1, 2, 3 on at that point and get an idea. So we can either use this point or use the lowest point just to get an idea of the retrace. And so you can see that this one retraced around the between 38-50%. Okay, so that's how you kind of determine whether or not this next move, since we're in an uptrend. See, that's the key. The key thing is we know that we're in an uptrend, so we're not looking for tops. We're looking for bottoms. So since you know that you're in an uptrend and you're looking for bottoms, any move to the upside will retrace, and that will give you a good opportunity to digest and say, okay, since it's retraced, how much is it going to retrace? We don't really know how much it's going to retrace. It's just a guess. In this case, it actually retraced a lot more than we thought. So let me put the wave cap back on again. So this was the actual play. So you can see that this one's actually higher, so the 2 could be there. And then at that point we were at, and on this red bar, if I put my 3 there, you're going to get a retrace and down into this area. So we're not sure if it's going to go 50%, 62%, 79%. It can go 100%. And in this case, it actually broke that low, which is very unusual, but it did, and it broke it, and that's okay. It broke it but the overall trend is still up. So we're looking to go long in any case. So once it broke it now, you're looking for a 1, 2, 3 bottom in order to take it to the upside. So that's the key takeaway of that. You're just looking for a new 1, 2, 3 bottom now to take it to the upside. So seeing that, and then once you get your 1, 2, 3 bottom, you put the calculator onto that. You can either use the larger 1, 2, 3. If I can get this to stay. And okay. Practice patience, patience, patience. Okay, it's giving me a hard time, as you can clearly see here. Okay, let's let it settle down. Okay, so we can put our 1, 2, 3 on, and it gives you targets to this level. Okay, that's the larger one. Now it also made a smaller 1, 2, 3, as you can see. So there was a smaller 1, 2, 3 at this point. So, you know, this is developing before even this one. So we can put a 1, 2, 3 on there, and it gives you targets to these areas. And then it made a third 1, 2, 3. So you can see you had 3 chances to make a trade at this point on the chart. So, and that one is a really nice one, giving you targets to that area. So any of those would have worked. And this is just on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so if we move up to the 30-minute, this is what it would look like. If we went to the 1 hour, this is what it would look like overall. Okay, so that move, if you can know that yes, we're in an uptrend, but we're very close. I'm going to keep going higher up just to kind of show you where we're at. We are in a fourth wave, so this is a very dangerous place to be playing in the first place. However, just to show you that even though we're in a fourth wave, the patterns still remain the same. And if you have an opportunity and see a 1, 2, 3, you can take that opportunity if you are so inclined. Okay, so just to show you that even before the market does what it does, you can actually pinpoint what it's going to do before it does it. Okay, so it's just a matter of knowing the structure and being confident in the direction, and then finding a proper 1, 2, 3 to jump into and make a trade in. All right, so just a quick overview of that. All right, profitable trading to everyone. I'm done now. Thank you.